Previously on the last episode of the Challenger to the Rank 1 series, we are now at 674 LP in Challenger. So then I queued up for the next game and now we're playing Riven against an Ornn in the top lane. Against an Ornn in the top lane, or basically any kind of champion that is very tanky and very hard to deal with, the best thing you can do in certain matchups is to just try to win the pressure in the top lane and then try to teleport to bot lane or mid lane and trying to get kills somewhere there so you can help your team out, gaining the objectives and winning the lane harder. You don't necessarily need to snowball against a tank in the top lane, as long as you can help out your teammates, getting the kills and trying to outnumber them in many different ways. You can carry games very hard throughout just helping your teammates. For example, this game, we've got a lot of kills on the bot lane, we've got a lot of kills on the mid lane as well, and this is very much how we got the team ahead to be able to do all of these kind of stuff. So this is basically what I've been focusing on throughout this entire game, just helping my teammates for as much as I can and trying to outnumber them. Unfortunately, we couldn't get that Baron there because they stopped us by doing it. But that's still okay because I still got my teleport. I can just pressure bot lane and getting a lot of things done while my team is grouping up at the Baron. Right here we got a kill on the Lux. Unfortunately, everyone grouped bot lane and I still die here. But that's still okay because my entire team could start that Baron and just take it for free. So this game was definitely a very good one. All we've had to do was do one more team fight and then simply win that team fight and eventually end this game. So right here, we killed them all basically, and all we've had to do is just push it out, and that's how we win the first game of the day. So now we are at 690 LP. So then I queued up for the next game, and now we're playing against the Pantheon, and this lane was actually going pretty good until I wanted to backport to the base so I could buy some new items, until this at least came to force a gank on the Pantheon, who also had Ignite and still had everything up. So we're trading 2 lives for 1 here, which definitely wasn't worth it all. So my laning phase wasn't going that well. I was trying to focus as much as I could around going bot lane and mid lane so I could get kills on other lanes. And luckily for me, this Pantheon actually ulted here in the jungle. So I used my Wind Slash on Pantheon only to figure out that Nunu was actually getting hit by my Wind Slash as well. So now I got 2 kills just by roaming around, which definitely brings me back into the game. There's also a lot of good catches that we've had in the early game that definitely helped us out winning that early game, because the enemy team had a lot of champions which eventually outskills us. So we've had to win that early game, and getting catches like this one was definitely a really good one. I was also surprised here in the top lane because I just literally checked if there was anyone around the top side, and then eventually Nunu shown up. Luckily for us, we do outrun this guy, and he's also used his flash, so that's something really good. Also, because Nunu was chasing me down, a really big fight started around the mid lane, so we were winning this fight really hard as we just had more damage and Ornn was low, but he was also very tanky, so he was really hard to take down. Eventually another team fight had started in which my mid laner got caught. I tried to save him, but I just couldn't save him as I was a little bit too late, but we do end up winning this team fight very hard as well. So now it pretty much all comes down to grouping somewhere around Herald or grouping somewhere around the tower and simply force another fight and win it very hard. This team fight was a very good one because I've had my flash up around this time, and all I've needed was one single good flash on the back line of the enemy team to win that team fight very hard. Unfortunately, it doesn't go that way, and my Ornn gets caught and I'm losing my flash here, and we don't get the Cassiopeia in the end. Right here, Cassiopeia makes a big mistake by getting caught by the Ornn ultimate, so we do end up getting that kill right here. And since Cassiopeia is down, we gotta take this opportunity in order to get the next kills as well, because Cassiopeia was the strongest of the enemy team. So I was just waiting for the Syndra and everyone to group up right here so I could start a fight by engaging in on the Nunu right here. We do end up getting that Nunu, but I do end up giving my life for it. But that's okay, because we won the teamfight very hard. I've also got a solo kill on the Pantheon right here, who was left out alone in the mid lane. And we kind of got very lucky here, because he ends up running away with like 30 HP. But the rest of the creeps actually finished him off. And that's how we get the kill here as well. Despite doing so well in the early game, getting so many good catches off as well as doing so good, the enemy team was still able to stall the game, and eventually we got to that point where we couldn't really win the team fights anymore, and it ends up with my teammates all getting caught, which results in the enemy team grouping in the mid lane and just finishing it completely. So we lost that game, and now we are at 677 LP. So then I queued up for game number 3, and this time we're playing against a Warwick in the top lane. And this lane was a very interesting one because I knew that Lee Sin was in this tribush right here as he just cleared my ward. But I saw a really good opportunity to all-in this Warwick and get the kill faster than Lee Sin would ever come top lane. So we got that super easy kill on the Warwick, and now Lee Sin is just pushing the top lane. He's trying to see if he could get a kill on me. Obviously, I'm not going to give that Lee Sin the free kill. I'm just trying to mess with this guy. So I was trying to waste as much time on this Lee Sin as possible, and I didn't really want that Warwick to teleport back to top lane so we could get the experience points. So I was just trying to keep that Lee Sin here, trying to waste his time a little bit. And eventually, I've got what I wanted, and all I've had to do was buy some items, teleport back into the lane, and now Warwick is actually really far behind. We were able to give that Warwick another big surprise right here. I tried to get that Warwick around my side to the lane so I could try and get this Warwick low enough so I could one-shot that guy without him even giving the chance to ult me. So right here, he was low enough for me to just ult in and straight up kill him without him even noticing that I'm going for the all-in. So he didn't even press that ult, and we just got that kill for free. And now we got 2 kills at 10 minutes in the game. But then my lane started going in a bad way because the enemy Lee Sin started camping my lane until that tower was gone. So right here, he didn't even get that chance to kill me until this happened, where I saw a good opportunity for me to jump into this Warwick and get the kill, only to find out that Lee Sin was waiting in that bush to wait until I would engage on that Warwick. So I died right there. But it was still okay because I could still win lane as my tower was still standing. But then Lee Sin showed up again, and this is how I die against the Lee Sin again. So the laning phase was over beyond that point because they got that tower and there was pretty much nothing left for me to do there. So I tried to focus around playing around the bot lane as well as the mid lane, trying to see if I could steal a camp from them. But then Malzahar flashed on me and pressed R on me, so yeah, I died there as well. Then I tried to start a fight with the team together because they were in an insanely good position until this happened, where the Thresh hooks me and the Lee Sin was there at the end of the day as well, and that's how I died there as well. I definitely recognize my mistakes in this game because I could have easily survived the Lee Sin ganks if I tried to play smart in a different way. But anyway, we do end up winning this game, so now we are at 694 LP. The next game we play, which is game number 4, we were playing against a Fiora in the top lane, and throughout the early game I've wanted to set up the ganks for Lee Sin so we could get some kills on the Fiora, and it seems to work very well as she just went to ward in the river, and that's also the moment when Lee Sin started to gank, so we're getting a kill here for free. Right after we got that kill on the Fiora, I told my Lee Sin that the enemy top laner had no ward anywhere at all, so he would come back to the lane and then gank the top lane instead right after I teleport. And this was very interesting because the Fiora did actually have a ward in the end in the river, but he still didn't see that Lee Sin. So I teleport back to lane, I try to set it up as my Lee Sin was nearby, and just by trying to mess around a little bit, trying to wait a little bit, eventually I did have the chance to all-in that Fiora again and then take another kill. Right here, this is where the Lee Sin comes in from the bush, and this is all about going for the all-in now. And this is also how we get the second kill of the game. It was a very fast game as we grouped up in the mid lane to start a fight and try and take objectives. This is where I got an insanely good jump off on the Kai'Sa, and this is where we get that kill from. And we also get the kill on the Nautilus almost. Unfortunately, my Lee Sin made the mistake to die here, but it's still okay as we got their AD carry at least, so we could still force that tower and try and getting things done. The good thing for us, he also got that kill somehow. I don't even know how the enemy team made the mistake to even make or die there in the first place. So we end up winning this game very hard as well. we end up winning this game very hard, so now we are at 710 LP in Challenger. Guys, if you want to see the full games live on Twitch as well as the entire gameplay, do not forget to check out my stream because I am literally streaming every single game that you're watching right now live on Twitch. Also, if you got any kind of questions, put them down in the comments so you might get possibly a chance of me to answer your question. And also, if you want to talk to me, do not forget to join my Discord server because I am there a lot as well. And with that being said, guys, I am pretty much streaming every single day, so I'll see you guys soon. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching today's episode, watching today's video, and I will catch you guys up in the next upcoming video as well as the next upcoming stream, man. Peace.